We have already pointed out in other videos of our channel that selling is not selling, that selling is asking, knowing how to ask. Influence people, the client, not with the statements, but through questions. If there is something certain, is that generally in life, if you learn how to ask, if you become skillful when asking, then you acquire the control over the conversation. This works in any situation, and I repeat, in any situation. Welcome, I'm David. The modern concept of selling is that selling is asking. So today we continue to deepen into the sales process. The qualification, obtaining information from clients. We are talking about stage 2 of the sales process, information collection, qualification. Remember that in previous videos on Advanced Sales Techniques Part 1, we said that you have to influence the client with questions and not with statements or pretentious terms, since all of them imply some authority. Therefore, the questioning techniques try to provoke in the client his own self-indoctrination. That is, it is the client himself who comes to accept the idea through the use of the questioning techniques, causing the same client to accept and express it. Stage 2, taking information or qualification, tries to get all the relevant information about the client and their situation to present our solutions, product, etc. in line with the next stage, that of benefits, with customer situation and demand. Let's get into the questioning techniques. There is a very interesting exercise that I have been developing over the years with numerous groups where the trainings of knowing how to ask is essential. The exercise is called Doctor, My Head Hurts, and consists of developing a small role play myself with the group, where I, as a trainer, interpret the figure of a patient who comes to visit a doctor, which is played by the whole group, with the aim that by telling them about my problem, they can ask me all kinds of questions to find out the causes of my headache. Immediately, it is shown that all the questions that they ask me are questions that provokes the answer to be a simple yes or no, as an answer on my part as a patient, and that they do not know or they provide any kind of information. With this type of questions that results in a yes or no, it is difficult for the group to find out the ailment of the patient that I represent. Therefore, at certain moment I stop the role play and tell them about some verses developed by the Literature Nobel Prize Rudyard Kipling, who in a moment of inspiration said, "I have 6 honest servants, they taught me all I knew. Their names are when and where, how and who, what and why." Why this? We say that in principle there are 2 types of questions. Open questions like Kipling's, questions that will produce a broad of open response from the interlocutor, and closed questions such as those that the group asked me in the beginning without obtaining any significant result, and which are those that end in a yes or no as a response from the interlocutor. Now we resume the role play, and I tell them to use open questions, the ones of Kipling, and soon after they start asking me those type of questions, they come to find out the causes of the patient's problem, and that I as a trainer has interpreted in this exercise. The message is clear. We must use more open questions and fewer closed questions if we want to delve into the situation of the client. And this occurs in any kind of verbal transaction in our personal or professional world. Now, and without getting too complicated, let's talk about two more questions, which are essential and which are called the neutral and the influence questions. Neutral questions are the ones with which we obtain the client's response without influencing him regarding the content of the response. Neutral questions give our clients great freedom, while the influence questions are those with which we intend to influence the content of the response of our interlocutor. Message: you have to use more neutral questions and fewer influential questions. Now I propose a small exercise to fix in our mind these ideas and message and manage them effectively for the future. Classify what type of questions are each of those listed below. Classification 1. Open or closed questions. 1. What is your opinion? Is open or closed? It's open. Is that convenient? Closed is a closed question. Why? It is an open question. When will we have the answer? Open. That statement leaves me surprised. What do you think? It is not a question, it is a goof. And now let's get into the neutral and influence questions. According to the experts, the market is growing. What do you think? Influence question. Why do you say that? It is neutral. What is the current situation? Neutral. The numbers show that our market penetration is decreasing. What do you say to that? Of influence. But really, do you believe that? It is a question of influence. Let's finish with the classic expression that says, if sales is not mathematics, questioning techniques are not mathematics either. In future videos, we will continue to expand and deepen the modern advanced sales techniques. And okay, if you are interested in our videos, I suggest you give a like and subscribe to our channels in English and Spanish as we publish videos every week.